Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hoop of Basketball channel. Caitlin Clark has once again made headlines. Not for a record-breaking three-pointer or a jaw-dropping assist, but for something far beyond the basketball court. The former Iowa Hawkeye superstar has officially been named to Forbes' 2025 list of America's most powerful women in sports. It's a recognition that transcends statistics and trophies. It's about influence, leadership, and the undeniable mark she's leaving on women's sports. Forbes described this year's list as a celebration of athletes and executives who are shaping the future of sports through their voice, visibility, and impact. Caitlin Clark's inclusion isn't just deserved, it's historic. Coming off one of the most remarkable collegiate careers in basketball history, her transition into the professional spotlight has been nothing short of captivating. Even in her rookie WNBA season with the Indiana Fever, Clark has continued to command national attention, drawing millions of fans to the league and redefining what it means to be a women's basketball star. Her presence on the Forbes list places her among icons names like Serena Williams, Simone Biles, and Megan Rapinoe, women who have changed their sports forever. And yet, Clark's story feels uniquely her own. She's a symbol of a generational shift in how female athletes are perceived, celebrated, and valued. The recognition isn't just about her scoring ability, it's about her ability to move the needle for the entire game. As Forbes noted, Caitlin Clark's impact extends into media, marketing, and culture. She's helped elevate television ratings, boosted merchandise sales, and brought new corporate sponsors into the WNBA. Even major networks have adjusted their programming schedules to capitalize on the Caitlin Clark effect. When a rookie can influence broadcast decisions, that says everything about her reach. Her influence has grown so significant that she's often compared to what Tiger Woods did for golf or what LeBron James did for the NBA. Clark's rise represents more than personal success, it's part of a larger cultural movement. Her journey has inspired young athletes everywhere, showing them that women's basketball can be both thrilling and commercially powerful. Forbes' acknowledgement cements her status not only as an athlete, but as an influential figure shaping the modern sports landscape. And for Caitlin, who has often emphasized the importance of inspiring the next generation, this recognition is more than just another award, it's a validation of everything she's worked for.
Subscribe to Hoop of Basketball channel.
When Caitlin Clark's name appeared on Forbes' 2025 list of America's most powerful women in sports, it wasn't just recognition of her athletic achievements, it was a signal of how deeply she's transformed the women's basketball landscape. For years, the WNBA fought for broader visibility, struggling to earn the same national attention as men's sports. But then came Caitlin Clark, and everything changed. Since being drafted number 1 overall by the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark's presence has brought a surge of excitement the league hasn't seen in decades. From record-breaking attendance numbers to skyrocketing television ratings, every arena she steps into seems to transform into a sold-out event. Forbes highlighted this phenomenon as the Caitlin Clark effect, a term that captures how her influence extends far beyond the hardwood. Her games aren't just basketball contests, they're cultural events. During the 2024 WNBA season, ticket prices for Fever games were among the highest in the league, often surpassing even established franchises. Merchandise sales reached all-time highs, with her jersey quickly becoming one of the best sellers in all of women's sports. Networks such as ESPN and ABC adjusted their primetime schedules to feature more Indiana Fever matchups. Even casual sports fans who had never followed women's basketball before were tuning in, drawn by her charisma, competitiveness, and genuine love for the game. Forbes credited Caitlin Clark's marketability and authenticity as key factors in her inclusion on the list. She's managed to bridge the gap between athletes and audiences in a way few can. Her interviews feel honest, her enthusiasm feels real, and her on-court confidence is infectious. She represents a new kind of sports star, one who's relatable yet larger than life, humble yet unshakably driven. Beyond the statistics and media buzz, Caitlin Clark's influence has sparked meaningful conversations about equity and opportunity. Sponsors and brands that once hesitated to invest in women's sports are now lining up to partner with her. She's helped prove that supporting women athletes isn't charity, it's smart business. The visibility she brings has created a ripple effect benefiting her teammates, her franchise, and the league as a whole. In many ways, Caitlin Clark has become the WNBA's unofficial ambassador. Her ability to attract fans, generate coverage, and elevate the overall product has positioned the league for unprecedented growth. Forbes didn't just recognize her for her skill with a basketball, they acknowledged her power to transform perception. For a league that's long deserved the spotlight, Caitlin Clark's influence has made sure it's finally shining brighter than ever. Caitlin Clark's recognition by Forbes as one of America's most powerful women in sports isn't only about her performance on the court. It's also a reflection of the empire she's quietly building off it. In today's sports world, influence is measured not only by championships or statistics, but by reach, and Caitlin Clark's reach has become enormous. Her marketability rivals some of the biggest stars in professional sports. Brands see her as the perfect blend of athletic excellence, charisma, and authenticity. From Nike to Gatorade to State Farm, the companies lining up to partner with her aren't just sponsoring an athlete, they're aligning themselves with a cultural movement. Forbes noted how her endorsement portfolio reflects the evolving priorities of modern marketing, where authenticity and relatability drive engagement far more than traditional advertising ever could. What makes Clark stand out in this new era of athlete branding is her genuine connection with fans. She doesn't rely on gimmicks or controversy. Her influence is built on talent, personality, and passion. Whether it's a post-game interview or a casual interaction with fans, she consistently radiates humility and gratitude. That's part of the reason why her social media presence feels different. It's not just curated highlights or polished promotional posts. It's her being herself, which has only deepened her bond with millions of followers. Forbes emphasized that Clark's brand power mirrors the kind of influence Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka have had in their respective sports. But unlike many athletes who build their image after success, Clark's branding has evolved organically alongside her career. Her rise from a college standout at Iowa to a professional superstar has been documented every step of the way, and that journey has created emotional investment among fans. People haven't just watched her play, they've watched her grow. Her impact also extends into the media landscape. Sports networks, talk shows, and digital outlets consistently feature her not only because of her performance, but because she represents something bigger, a generational shift in women's sports visibility. When Caitlin Clark speaks, headlines follow. When she plays, ratings climb. It's a dynamic that only a handful of athletes in the world can generate. Forbes captured it best by noting that Clark's story represents the future of athlete influence. She's not just a competitor, she's a brand, a leader, and an inspiration rolled into one. Her influence stretches from sports marketing to youth empowerment, from corporate boardrooms to small-town gyms. And through it all, Caitlin Clark has stayed true to herself, focused, grounded, and aware that her platform is bigger than basketball. Caitlin Clark's recognition on Forbes' 2025 list of America's most powerful women in sports isn't just about personal success. It's about what that success means for everyone watching her. Because for so many young athletes, especially girls across the country, Caitlin Clark represents what's possible when talent meets determination and opportunity. Her leadership extends beyond scoring records and media attention. It's about creating a pathway for others to follow. Throughout her career, Clark has embraced the idea of being a role model. It's something she never takes lightly. Whether she's speaking at youth basketball camps, interacting with fans after games, or discussing the state of women's sports, her words always carry the same message: work hard, stay grounded, and believe in yourself. That authenticity has become part of her legacy. As Forbes noted, her influence transcends sport, shaping the confidence and ambition of the next generation of athletes. When Caitlin Clark steps onto the court, she brings more than just her team's hopes. She carries the dreams of countless young players who see themselves in her journey. From small-town gyms in Iowa to high school arenas across America, her story resonates deeply. She's proof that greatness isn't confined to traditional powerhouses or flashy programs. It can come from anywhere if the work ethic and passion are strong enough. Her impact also shows up in the numbers. Youth basketball participation among girls has seen a noticeable uptick since Clark's breakout seasons. Coaches have reported an increase in young players wearing her jersey, or trying to imitate her signature deep three-point shots. That level of influence isn't manufactured, it's earned through consistency and authenticity. Off the court, Clark continues to champion equality and visibility for women's sports. She's spoken openly about how exposure, investment, and media coverage are essential to growing the game. And while she's known for her fiery competitiveness, she's equally respected for her composure and professionalism. Her ability to handle fame, pressure, and public scrutiny has become a case study in leadership for young athletes everywhere. Forbes highlighted this aspect of Clark's power, the way she turns influence into inspiration. It's not just about how many people watch her play, it's about how many people she motivates to start. Her success has redefined what's possible for female athletes, not only in basketball, but across all sports. Caitlin Clark has proven that leadership doesn't always come from speeches or titles. Sometimes, it comes from showing up every day, putting in the work, and setting an example that others want to follow. That's what makes her one of the most powerful women in sports today. For Caitlin Clark, being named to Forbes' 2025 list of America's most powerful women in sports isn't just another milestone, it's a reflection of everything she's built and a glimpse into what's still to come. At only 23 years old, she's already reshaped the way people view women's basketball. This recognition marks a moment where her influence extends fully into the cultural and business sides of sports, confirming what fans and analysts have known all along. Caitlin Clark is more than a player. She's a movement. The Forbes honor positions Clark among the top-tier figures shaping sports today, alongside industry leaders, executives, and world champions. But what makes her inclusion special is that she's still early in her professional career. It's rare for a rookie to command such widespread attention, rarer still to sustain it with the level of grace and maturity she's shown. For Clark, it's a reminder that her voice now carries weight far beyond the baseline. She's influencing policy discussions, driving sponsorship strategies, and inspiring the next era of female leadership. Forbes highlighted that Clark's impact is as much about timing as talent. She arrived in the public eye during a cultural moment when women's sports were finally gaining the recognition they've long deserved. Yet, her arrival didn't just ride that wave, it accelerated it. She became the face of a movement that demanded equal coverage, fair pay, and respect for female athletes on and off the court. Her success has become a turning point, a benchmark for what visibility and market power can look like when talent meets opportunity. And while accolades like Forbes' recognition are monumental, Caitlin Clark remains focused on the game itself. In interviews, she's often quick to redirect praise toward her teammates and coaches, crediting them for shaping her growth. That humility, the balance between ambition and gratitude, is what continues to make her story relatable. She's never seen herself as a brand first. She's a competitor who happens to be changing the world around her. Looking ahead, her influence shows no sign of slowing down. With new sponsorships, a growing global fan base, and an evolving role as both athlete and advocate, Caitlin Clark is setting a new standard for what a modern sports icon looks like. Her place on Forbes' list isn't just recognition of what she's done, it's a declaration of what's next. In a world that's finally learning to appreciate the power of women in sports, Caitlin Clark stands at the center of it all, not because she demanded attention, but because she earned it. Caitlin Clark keeps reminding us that greatness isn't just about what happens on the scoreboard, it's about impact, vision, and purpose. Her inclusion in Forbes' 2025 list of America's most powerful women in sports is another chapter in a journey that continues to redefine what's possible for women everywhere. From the hardwood to the headlines, she's proving that real power comes from influence, inspiration, and integrity. If you enjoyed and want more updates about Caitlin Clark and the growing legacy of women's basketball, and let me know in the comments. And please like and subscribe to our Hoop of Basketball channel, and see you in the next video.